Hi, and welcome to the world of Formitize. I'm really glad you found us, and I'm super excited to show you around and show you how it works. Now, you may be looking for a complete business platform, or you might just have a single paperwork issue or form process challenge that you've got in the business right now. That's fine. You can either use all of the modules that come with Formitize, or just select the modules that you need. The choice is yours. This video is going to show a number of the different modules and how beautifully they work together and how simple they are to use. But we won't go into too much detail. There's more videos on each of the modules that cover those in more detail. This video is more about giving you an overview of how it works. Okay, what we're looking at here is the main dashboard, and you can see there's a range of modules that you can click straight into. Your contact CRM, the sales pipeline, your job management system, task management documents, and so on. So you can click on those and that will take you straight to those modules. Underneath that is what we call our quick actions panel, where you can very quickly click with one button and create a new quote or a new job, for example. Underneath that, again with one click, you can send a new email, create a new letter, make a new call. In the top right hand corner of this panel, you can see a little video icon, and we've got these throughout the system as a user guide, and you can just click on the icon and it'll bring up a video to show you how the page that you're looking at works. So it's really useful when you're first getting used to the system, or if you're onboarding a new staff member, they can just click on that video and see how the page that they're looking at works. Okay, so quick actions at the top, task management underneath, and then on the left hand side there's a timeline showing all of the recent activity, and you can click through to the client or the email or the SMS that's been sent. Now, at the heart of every business is paperwork and forms and all the issues that go with those. So it's probably a good idea if we start with our forms module. So I'm going to go to the forms button on the right hand side of the dashboard, and that will take us into our forms dashboard. Here it is. Okay, and you can see that I've got a number of different options at the top: adding a new template, looking at my existing templates, starting a new form, and looking at save forms and so on. Underneath that, there's mapping coming in, so it's tracking forms as they're being submitted, who did it and when. I can see all of the instant notifications, and I can even see live photos as they're being submitted from the forms, and I can click on those and see the detail and be taken to the form related to that photo. Okay, the first thing I'd like to do is show you how to add a new template. So I'm going to click on the Add New Template button, and that gives me three choices. I can use the form bank, which is a whole range of templates that we've built for you. They're pre-built and ready for you to use. You can use the form builder to drag and drop and build forms exactly as you need them for your business. Or you can upload a form and our team will build that form for you. So three really clear choices. One thing that is important to note is if you do use a template from the form bank, you can then go and adjust it using the form builder to make it exactly as you need it. All right, so let's go and have a look at the form bank. Here it is, and you can see what we have on the left-hand side is the form categories. So there's a whole lot of templates that have been split into these different categories: accounting, timesheets, teams and HR, web forms, and here we are in the health and safety section. So I can see thumbnails of the different safety type forms available: incident reports, site safety inspections, pre-start checks, and so on. If I've uploaded the template already, there'll be an uploaded indicator. If I want to have a look at what this form looks like, I can just click on the thumbnail and that will open up the full PDF. Now, when I'm looking at the PDF, just so you know, it will automatically bring in your logo. The colors will automatically be linked to your colors, and obviously it will bring in all of your company contact information. So I can see here, even the blue tint where the questions are is a tint of your primary color. So when you build a form yourself or use our templates, it will have this default look and feel. You can have those changed and look exactly as you want with the PDF. We have that as a service, but this is the default look and feel. It also manages all of your document management controls. So things like unique numbering, time and date stamping, version controls are all automatically built in to the form builder. But here's an example form. You can bring in photos, colored buttons for yes, no, to make those really stand out. You can see the different sections are very clear. You can add images and diagrams and documents and drawing tools. Huge amount of functionality in the forms, and we'll have a look at the form builder. But that just shows you what that template looks like, so that if you want to upload that into your account, you just hit the green upload template button, and that will add it into your account in just a second or so. You get that green success message that it's been added. Okay, so that's the form bank. If we go and have a look at that form, I'll go to Forms and View Form Templates. I'll be able to see that that form has now been added in. There it is, Home Workstation Self-Assessment. If I hit Edit, I can go now and edit that document using the form builder. So here's the form details, the name of the form, the type of form that it is, the users that are able to start or view the form and able to edit. So you can divide your users up into what we call user groups. And you can even make the form a web form so that you can embed it in your website or send it as a link to somebody outside of your business for them to complete. All right, I'm going to click on Form Builder just to quickly show you how easy it is to edit or build your own forms. So this is the Form Builder. On the left-hand side is what we call the toolbox, and that has different sections: CRM, page layout, entry fields like text box, numbers, currency, date, time, that sort of thing, multiple choice options, drop downs, radio buttons, check boxes, and then some awesome advanced features: camera, images, attachments, signing on screen, calculators, that sort of thing. Okay, so toolbox on the left, the form itself on the right, and then the field property settings on the far right. So to add a new field, let's say I want to add a date field to the very top of the form, then I can just grab that and drop it where I want it. All right. If I want to be collecting the start time for when this form was being built, I can grab time and drop that in, and now that's added. So that's the form builder. If I want to change any of these and make that start time instead of just time, then I click on the field, and then over on the right hand side where it says question, I just add start there, and that updates the form here in the middle. So I've now added that field and edited it to be exactly as I need. The forms can be divided into sections. There's a whole lot of smart routing and smart technology built into the forms, but I think to see that properly, you should watch the form building video, and you'll see all of the cool features that are included. The point of this now is to just show you that you can grab one of our templates and very quickly edit it to be exactly as you need, or you can build the form from scratch to be super perfect for your business. Okay, so that's the form builder. All right, now let's say that you've built the forms now and they are exactly as you need for the different types of jobs that you do. I'm going to go now and create a new job. So you might have a range of different services or jobs that you perform, and now you've built the forms that you need for those different types of jobs. So I'm going to show you how we can very quickly create and dispatch a job to a user in the field with the right forms attached for that job type. All right, so this is our create new job page. And I'm going to create a job and dispatch it in about 10 seconds. And then we'll go back and see the power of what I've just done. All right, time starts now. Select the client, ABC Transport, there they are. Select the job type. It's a quarterly general maintenance inspection, and assign it to Blake and dispatch it. 10 seconds. Job created and dispatched. Blake will receive a notification on his app that he has a new job, and when he goes into the job sections, he'll be able to see all of the relevant information. That job was created and dispatched in less than 10 seconds. Now let's go back and explore what we have just done, and you can see not only was it super quick, but it was also super powerful. All right, the first thing I did was select ABC Transport, who was an existing client. Now, if it's a new client, you can just add new client and put their details in. So I selected an existing client. By selecting ABC Transport, all of the different locations for that company then became available to choose. So if it's a larger organization that has multiple locations, you can select from there. But equally, the billing client might be a real estate agent that will have hundreds of locations that you service for them, for example, in which case all of those locations will be available to select from that drop down. And then if you want to, or you need to, within each of those locations, you can split the location further into zones. In this case, there's only the warehouse. Okay, so a billing contact can have multiple locations, and those multiple locations can have multiple zones. Okay, now that might not be relevant to your business, but if it is, it's super powerful. So you can see the head office has a range of different zones, so you can split the job down into being that specific when it's being dispatched. All right, the next thing I did was select the job type, and Formitize has what we call job type templates, which is a huge time-saving service that's there for you if you choose to use it. You don't have to. You can simply select or enter a job, or you can create a new job type straight from here. All right, but if you're using our job type templates, and we'll explore those in just a moment, you'll see how powerful they are. The job number was automatically created, although I could have entered that manually, and it's waiting on the order number if there is one. It's automatically added a note for me based on the template. It's automatically set the duration of the job for me based again on the template. And with the assign to, you'll see that certain users can't be assigned to this job because of the way that it's been set up. They'll be grayed out. They can't be selected. And again, we'll have a look at what decides that. You can add additional assignees if you want multiple people to be assigned to the job. That can be done. Again, you'll see lots have been grayed out. They're not available to be assigned to that type of job. If you're using our asset management module, then you can also assign assets to a job. And they will be blocked out in the scheduler in the same way to prevent double booking. All right. Underneath that, it's automatically created an invoice for me as well. So if I go and have a look at that invoice, it's brought in the customer details, set up all the dates. It's even brought in the line item for me automatically because of the job type template that I selected. I can override the amount on a job by job basis. I can also add additional line items in this particular instance, and all my line items are here available, ready to add that to the invoice. Okay, so when that job was created with those 3 clicks in less than 10 seconds, the invoice was also created and attached to the job, ready for dispatch on completion. On the right hand side, you'll also see the company details. So by selecting ABC Transport on the left in the client details section, it has populated and brought in all of the information from the CRM, so I can check on things like what's currently outstanding in terms of invoices. Are they a VIP customer? I can SMS, email, or call the client straight from here as well. So that information becomes really useful when I'm creating the job. Across the top of the page, you can see it has a recurring profile has also been set up. So I can view the details of that recurring profile. I can look at the forms that have automatically been attached. And here you can see there's a work order form and a job pre-start record have automatically been attached because I selected that job type template. Now, with our forms and our safety forms, we also have a rule, and here you can see safety first forms must be completed before accessing the job forms. So we actually force the app user to complete the safety first forms before they're able to access the job forms. From a compliance point of view, obviously that's a great thing to have, knowing that your safety forms are being done before the job is being completed or even started. And then obviously that's an option. You can turn that off if you don't want that rule to apply. You can add attachments to the job. It will track automated communications, early reminders, and that sort of thing. We'll have a look at that in more detail in the job type template itself. And it will then start tracking a history of the job as well. When the job was created, break times, travel times, overall job duration will all be added to this job history as the job moves through its different stages automatically from the selections being made in the app. Okay, Now, I've mentioned job type templates a few times, and if you remember here in the job details, when I selected that quarterly general maintenance inspection, that's what has generated so much of this automation. I have selected a job type template. So let's go and explore that just for a moment so you can see how it works. I'm going to go to Jobs in the top menu and then select the job type template. And that will show me the different job type templates that I've set up. There they are. And the one that we used in that example was the quarterly general maintenance inspection. So I'm going to edit that to have a look. And here I'll show you very quickly what these job type templates can do. Now remember, you don't have to use these. They're completely optional, but I want to show you how much time can be saved if they are relevant to your business. Okay, there's 5 tabs across the top that are optionally available to complete to make this job type template even more automatic. First one is job details, and here I can put in give it a name, a title and a description. I can select the color that I'd like it to be in the scheduler. I can set a preset duration, how long I expect this job to last on average. Give it a priority. Here is where I attach the job forms that I want to be automatically added to this job type or template, and the safety first forms. So when I click on that, it will show me all of the forms available to be selected and all of the safety forms available to be selected. And here is where I set the rule for the completion of the safety form. And finally, the permissions. What groups of users are allowed to complete or do this type of job? So that's the details page. The next page is part of our Smart Assist program, and we call it our Customer Service Assistant. And this gives job status updates. So it will automatically send emails, SMS, letters, or create internal tasks for your team as the job moves through its different stages. When it's created, when it's assigned to a technician, for example, when it's accepted, it's completed or becomes overdue. And by adding the plus icons, plus button at the top, I can add as many automated job status updates as I like for each different job or service that I do. And to make them even better, these communications, you can customize them using what we call placeholders. So when I hit Control Space on my keyboard, all of the different placeholders come up to automatically populate content into those communications. The job contact, all of the job detail fields, my details as the sender, the primary contact, billing details, business details, and so on. So I can very quickly personalize the email to suit the situation and the job type that's being done. So here you can see it says, Dear customer name, just confirming that the assigned to full name will be at the location at the due time on the due date. The job type is, and this is the job type. So it's pulling in that placeholder information to customize the wording for that particular email. And that's when the job is assigned. By having another one, I can add it when the job has been accepted or completed and so on. And again, I can send emails, SMS messages, create letters, or create internal tasks as the job moves through those different stages. Okay, the next tab along for this type of job is what we call future reminders. And this is all about ensuring that future appointments are booked and scheduled with the client, and you're not missing that valuable repeat business. So it applies really just to jobs that are done on a recurring basis. But it works exactly the same way. You can send automated emails, SMS communications, create letters or tasks, either X number of hours, days, or months before the job is due, or after the job has been completed. And those placeholder structures work exactly the same way. So for example, you might send an email 30 days before the job is due, another one 7 days before, and then an SMS message 3 days before. And you add those multiple messages just by clicking the plus button and then setting up the timing to suit you. Okay, so that's what we call future reminders, and it's part of our scheduling assistant, Smart Assist. The next tab along creates the invoice for you for this type of job. So every time this type of job is created, it will automatically create an invoice, and it will automatically put these line items into that invoice. And you saw that when we created the job earlier. there it is. And again, I can edit this within the template so that next time it might have 2 line items automatically assigned to this type of job. The final tab is the recurring profile. So in this case, it's a quarterly general inspection. So the job is going to automatically create every 3 months. You've got the option of when that recurring profile ends. Is it after a certain number of jobs or a specific date, or it can just run forever. So that's the recurring profile. So as I said, there's a number of different tabs there to create the perfect job type template. Whether you choose to use some or all of them is completely up to you. You don't have to use job types at all. But I hope you can see that there's a lot of power there and a lot of automated communication, taking a lot of pressure off your internal staff around that communication, around keeping customers updated. And clients love it. They love that that communication is being generated. They're being kept informed, either as a job moves through its different stages or after it's been completed. And there's so many different ways that it can be applied. For example, when the job is completed, you can automatically send that client a thank you email with a link to a survey or asking for testimonials. So a really powerful automation. Again, if you're not sure how the job type templates works, you can just click on the video icon and there's the video on how to set up job type templates. So that's sitting there waiting for you. Okay, so we'll go back to the jobs page and see all of our jobs. This shows every job, its current status, where it's up to, invoices that are related, and the payment profile of those invoices. And I can click through to Scheduler to see all of that information in my scheduler as well. Now, many clients create all of their jobs in the scheduler simply because you're able to see everything and you can see who's got time availability. I'm going to see here what spaces is available, and there I can drag and drop to create a particular client. And I can create the job straight from there. So where I've saved time with that creation is I've automatically assigned it to a user. I've automatically created the time component because it's pulled all of that from where I dragged and dropped within the scheduler. So works exactly the same way. It's just that you're viewing the availability of your users in the scheduler and then able to adjust and add the final details via that page. All right. So that's the job page. Now in the scheduler, again, huge capability. The color shows you the status of the job. The purple or the green corners here show you the type of job that it is. You can roll over to see all of the detail. All of your settings are at the bottom, so you can adjust the colors of the job types or the different colors of the statuses of the jobs. You can filter it to only show the working days and hours that you work. You can look at it in day, week, or month mode. You can view it in map mode, showing the jobs in their different locations, or hybrid, which is half map and half scheduler, or we can go back to that list mode. And when you're in list mode, you've got a whole lot of filtering capabilities. So I just want to look at jobs from a certain date to a certain date. I only want to look at jobs with a certain status or those assigned to a certain user. And then underneath, you've got all of the filters where you can filter by details from within the job as well, so that you can look at exactly what you need to look at for the jobs that you're searching for. So a very powerful end-to-end job management system with scheduling, with automated communications, and a full dashboard for you to see and view the status of those jobs. Okay, so we looked at the main dashboard. Then we looked at forms and how to create forms that will be perfect for your business. Obviously, the form builder will show you that. The video for the form builder will show you that in a lot more detail. Then we looked at jobs and how those jobs can pull in forms for the specific jobs and types of jobs that you do. Okay. Next, I want to go to the CRM so you can see how we bring all of that information into one place. Now, the CRM is a customer database, and you can search through all of your customers. I'll grab that ABC Transport again. And the goal of our CRM is to bring everything into one place. Now, some CRMs are really strong on the marketing side and the communications side. Other job management systems are very strong on the job side, but don't have much of a CRM. What we've aimed to do is bring it all together into one solution. So you can see that there are 3 panels. On the left-hand side is what we call our contacts and communications, a contacts panel. On the right-hand side of that is the communications panel. And then at the bottom is what we call our activity panel. Okay. Under the contact panel on the left-hand side, first of all, you've got all of your billing details. And we will provide all of the standard billing contact details, but you can customize and add your own custom fields to these as well. You can edit the contact details by clicking the little edit pencil and add your own custom fields. Next to that is shipping. Next to that is people. So each contact may have multiple people at the organization. And again, you can create custom fields for your people section. And then locations. And if you remember when we were creating the job, a contact can have multiple locations. And so this is where they are listed. And for each location, you can store notes for that location, where security keys are stored, that sort of thing. You can also upload attachments for each location, site plans, floor plans, that sort of thing. So we've got details, which again are customizable. You can add custom fields for each location, notes, and attachments. So that's the contact side. If we move across to the panel on the right, that's the communication panel. And here I can see all of the tasks that are due to be done for this customer. I can view the notes, and if notes have been added in the app as part of a job, then it will show the job detail numbers there as well. So I can click through and see those. I can send emails, SMS, and letters using templates straight from the portal. I can record call notes straight from and click through to contact that customer and record the call notes. And then there is a history tracking everything that's been going on with that client. So if somebody's away or absent from the business, you can very quickly see all of the recent activity and click through to see the important components of that history. On the right hand side is a new drop down. So I can very quickly from here create a new lead, quote, invoice, job, whatever it might be. And again, just for your reference, at the top is a video to show you how the CRM contacts page works. Okay, underneath the communication panel is the activity panel. And here we bring all of the components of the activity and everything else that's going on with that client into one place. The first one is jobs. So I can see all of the jobs that have been done or are being done for that particular client. And they are split by the job statuses, including the recurring profiles. So I can look at all of the future recurring profiles that have been set up for that customer. I can view all the forms that have been submitted for that client. I can create reminders. I can upload documents, things like service level agreements or contracts, non-disclosures. And when I upload documents into this section for the client, I can add an expiry date. And it is managed for you. So as it approaches expiry, you will automatically receive notifications. So a great service for things like service level agreements or contracts, automatically being reminded when they're approaching expiry. Photos will record all of the photos from submitted forms. So any form that is being submitted related to this client, if it has photos in it, those photos will be listed in the photos section. So it builds a photo library, a photo history for you from the forms that are being submitted. You can create new leads and sales opportunities, generate with a couple of clicks a new quote. You can also view the invoices and their current status. So here's a list of all of the invoices that have been created for this client, including their paid status. And in this particular case, it's integrated with Xero, which is an accounting software. So I can view the invoice either in Xero itself, or I can view the PDF here. So I'll click on the PDF. You can see that brings up the PDF detail. It looks exactly like the Xero invoice effectively. You can add photos and attachments and signatures to your invoices, and I can download that here or email it straight to the client from this page. Okay. To create a new invoice, I click on the add customer invoice, and there's all the details populated, ready to go with all of my line items ready to select. So I'm creating an invoice for that client straight from the CRM page. Purchases and even assets. So if you're using our asset management solution, it can show you all of the different types of assets that are being managed for that particular client and all of the current status of each individual asset within that asset register. So again, another example of bringing all of the components into one page. Okay, lots more to explore on the CRM, but hopefully that gives you enough of a flavor to see how it works. The sales pipeline is designed to record all of your sales inquiries and leads and opportunities. You can create your own custom pipeline stages. In this case, it's a very simple cold, warm, hot, but you can have as many different types of stages within your sales process and custom name those as you like. And you're able to action those and convert them to quotes, invoices, or jobs straight from the page. So again, another example of bringing the automation and the integration of another component into the CRM. Great. All right. Well, that's probably enough on the CRM for this particular introduction, but hopefully that's giving you a flavor for what you can do there. The final thing I want to show you is just the settings, just so you know how easy it is to get things set up. I'm going to click on the settings cog up in the top right-hand corner of the page. Again, there's a video here on how all of the settings work, but the settings have been divided into general account settings at the top and then the module settings underneath. But the easiest way to find anything really is to just type in a keyword and it will locate all of the relevant settings for you. So things like the invoices accounts assistant, invoice settings, invoice assistant there as well. So a really simple way. You can also expand all, so it will show you all of the different settings for each different category. If you need any help with that, then please let us know. But this is just an important page for you to know. In terms of your personal password and profile, that's under your profile box in the top right-hand corner, where you can go and adjust your personal passwords and settings and log out of the system from there as well. Okay, I think that's probably time up. I hope that's given you a bit of a flavor. We've explored the home dashboard, we've explored forms, we've shown you how you can create forms and edit those. Like I said, if you want to watch the form building video, please do. That will give you a lot more information on the detail of how that works, but it's got huge capability. And forms can then be attached to jobs. Now, they don't need to be attached to jobs. You can just use forms within the business as a workflow. So when I go to view submitted forms, it will show me every single form that has been submitted through the business. I'll go to all forms tab. Every single business form that's been submitted is recorded here. I can go through to edit this form if I have permission to do that, and it will show me that information that has come in from the submitted form. As an administrator, I've got the ability to go through and edit this if I want to. On the left-hand side, there's a quick navigation, so I can very quickly jump to a field that I want to within the form. It records the details. It does a full history of when that form is being submitted, viewed, changed, updated, etc. And then, of course, you can view the PDF straight from this page as well. So a huge amount of capability within the submitted forms section, and there's a whole range of workflows that can trigger from here as well. You can create custom folders for each different type of form or groups of forms that you want, so that you can view those in segmented folders. Okay, I think that's enough for this particular walkthrough. The next steps really are for you to set up an account if you want to move forward with us. If you'd like a more personal walkthrough tour, then we're happy to do that, of course, with you, to show you around and answer any questions. But we really hope that you've appreciated the different capabilities that it has and how those different modules can work together for you. And we really, really look forward to working with you to help your business run smarter. Thank you very much for your time.